Greetings and greetings to all. Thank you for joining us again in this 5 minute spiritual quest. My name is Master Abdullah Ngom. And today in this 5 minute journey is about the revealing. To reveal some hidden truth and to clarify some distorted truth and to unveil some truth that reach their maturity for to be known. So this today's topic on this 5 minute spiritual journey. And my name is Master Abdullah Ngom. Now, we're going to start the journey with our physical reality because there are some theories and concepts that this physical reality that we all share is an illusion. Some claim it to be a simulation, and some believe to be a holographic projection. But let's clarify this intellectual confusion because it's important. Because that's the it's important because if you seem to believe that your life and the reality that you live in is an illusion or simulation or holographic projection, that can come with some consequences with such a belief system because it can give one plenty reason for not to value life as they should. And I think that might explain many of the human behaviors in the land of this earth due to these belief systems. So we're going to try to clarify this intellectual confusion whether our physical reality that we all share is an illusion, a simulation, or holographic projection. Now, we're going to start with illusion. This physical reality that we all share cannot be an illusion because illusion is the experience of a singular mind. Illusion. So, illusion is the experience of a singular mind. A collective mind, a collective consciousness cannot hallucinate same experience. That is a big no-no. It's not possible. When bunch of people get drunk, they don't they don't have the same experience, hallucinate experience. Each one have their own hallucination experience. Illusion. A collective consciousness, a collective mind cannot have same hallucination experience. So this physical reality cannot be an illusion. It's a reality in motion where every one and every single one of us can act, can think, act independently by will. That is not illusion. A reality where each and everyone can independently think and act. That is not illusion. That is a reality of free will in motion. A reality of free will in motion, not an illusion. So this physical reality we all share is not an illusion, but the reality of free will, where anyone and everyone can do whatever they want, think whatever they want to think on their own, independently. Free will. Now, the second is simulation. Now, a simulation means a rerun program. A simulation, a rerun program, where each character within the program manifests as they are programmed to function by outside forces, by something or someone outside the program. Simulation. Simulation is a program that has been run by something or someone. And the character in the program are already programmed to function based on how they are programmed. You're watching a movie, the movie is already set. The character, you watch the movie 1,000 times, the character will function the same way. The character don't change when it's running. You know, the movie is already made. The character, everything is already set. You can watch it 1,000 times, you will see the same thing. That's simulation. But a reality where each character can manifest again by will, independently, on their own, at any given moment, without the dictation or the influences of another. That is a reality in real time motion, not a simulation. Not a simulation. Simulation is a program that is already set, run by outside forces. And the character function based on how they are programmed to function. This reality will share, everyone have their own free will to think and act independently without the consent or the dictatorship of another. So this world we live in is a reality of free will, not a simulation. Now, the third one is holographic projection. Now, holographic projection is an image projected, a projected image. You can walk through a holographic projection. You can walk through it. That's holographic. But a holographic image where when you get shot, you die, people will mourn, then you will be buried and never be seen again. That is not holographic. That is a reality in real-time motion where you can get shot, die and be mourned and be buried. That's not holographic. That's reality, physical reality in motion. So, and we go to sleep, we have nightmares. You can have nightmares or a fantasy dream, and when you snap out of that, you come right back to this reality from that dream. When you snap out, you come right back to this reality. See? People get drunk, get lost in their head, in their mind, and when that runs out, they right back in the reality that many will try to escape away from. Same reality. This reality. Okay. Now, we have seen people having near-death experience, close to death, and come back, right back to this reality to tell their stories. So, if there's reality, this is the one. But doesn't matter where you go or what you come back to it, this is the real reality. Not illusion, not holographic, not a simulation, but the reality of free will, where everyone can act independently at any given moment. Because this setting, I set it up independently. I can turn it on, turn it off at any given moment without the consent or dictatorship of anybody. And you can do the same at that end. That is a reality of free will, where anyone and everyone can act, manifest without interference of another. It's not an illusion. It's not a simulation, no holographic projection, but a reality. Now, when you think about this intellectual confusion on a spiritual perspective is a confirmation or validation of a creator, of the existence of a creator. If you look at it on a spiritual perspective, it reveals a creator. Because this physical reality is governed by a law that has no flaw, a universal law that has no flaw, was govern this physical reality. That even the Creator, if the Creator would for somehow deny that this physical reality is not the physical reality that it truly is, the law, the universal law that is set to govern it, will prove the Creator to be wrong. Because this is physical reality. This is what physical reality is. God versus the truth, the universal truth that governs this physical reality as evidence that this is a physical reality. If God went against the truth will prevail. God versus the true, universal truth, the truth will prevail. And please allow me to explain. Now, this very moment we interacting is already recorded in this timeline. It's already done deal. No one can change that. This is not an imagination. This is not hallucination. This is not a projection image. No, this is reality. This recording is reality. Because you're going to be watching it. And I can play it again. So it's a reality. Now, God have the might to erase the entire timeline. God have the might to just wipe it out, erase it. But erase the timeline does not mean this never existed. Because if the truth challenge God that this moment existed in reality, and God wanna confront the truth will say, God, bring back the erased file, bring back the erased timeline. And if God bring back the erased timeline, this moment, the truth will point right to it, right there, because it already existed. That's the reality. That's the system of God. A system that has no flaw, that even God did not achieve. This is what divinity is. God make a law. God did not set the law, said this law does not apply to me. No. God said a universal law that God himself cannot challenge and prevail. That's what divine is. That's what divinity is. Divinity is free from flaw. And the system of God is free from flaws. The universal law that governs that this is a physical reality, is the truth. No one can challenge and prevail, even God, the Creator himself. So this physical reality that we all share is not an illusion, not a simulation, not a projection reality. And as we continue this journey, if you ever doubted and still have, if you ever question and still doubt that this physical reality is a reality created by a creator, if you still not convinced by the end of this journey, I think you're going to come to a conclusion. If your soul, if the truth can resonate to your soul, you will come to a clear conclusion that this reality is not an illusion, it's not a simulation, no holographic projection, but a reality of free will that deserves our respect, admiration, to take care of it. is a world, is a reality created by a creator. Now, before we go further in this journey, we want to clarify a short topic uh, about this physical reality because we have turned this physical reality into a world of competition where we strive on who have more, who is better, who is the smarter, class and categories, title and achievement become criteria of one word. So we want to clarify three different human characters of how we present ourselves to our outside world. And they are low self-esteem, arrogant, and confident. So we want to clarify these three different human character. Now we're going to start with low self-esteem. Now, low self-esteem, these are people who are afraid of judgment, rejection, and criticism. So they will create a comfort zone to protect their sensitive and fragile soul for not to be seen or be heard as a comfort zone. And I can testify to that. Growing up as a child, it was kind of rough. My low self esteem started from childhood, and I struggled with it throughout my adulthood. And if it was not this work, I probably gonna live with it till I die. But this changed everything. Uh, as a child, I used to ask a lot of questions. Question. I was, for some reason, I was so annoying according to people. I asked a lot of questions. Shut up. Why are you asking this question? Something's wrong about this kid. My dad was a religious scholar. And sometimes I ask some question to these buddies and some question that most of these religious hypocrite, if they don't have the answer to, it will be condemned. Sometimes you'll hear they're not gonna say it out loud, but they will mumble it till you can hear it. I swear this kid must be possessed by the devil. Something must be wrong with this kid. You can hear it as a child. You go to school, this dumb kid. It's like everywhere you go, when you ask question, you went to a point where asking question, you expect more to be schmuck or whack than getting an answer. So it have big effect on me. Even as a grown adult, even I know that this very day, I don't care anymore because there's a reason for that. When this, I hear a lot of times something wrong with this guy. Something must be wrong with his head. I hear that so many times. So many times. Why this and what that did make me to be alone. I like to be alone. Yeah. To go with the crowd is a big deal. It's a big deal for even today. If I don't have to, I don't become a big deal. But I now it's purposeful because I rather do something productive. See, okay. But the crowd is always big deal. Low self-esteem. I'm a professional martial artist, athlete, fighter. But fighting in the ring used to be way easier than speak out, just to be heard. I used to terrify, just to be heard. I used to petrify, to be heard. Because growing up, whenever you open your mouth, it's like So that low self-esteem, yeah, to overcome that, I overcome that because of purpose. Because purpose forced you or empowered you to overcome those boundaries. That's what this did for me, the five element. For me, sitting and speaking or speaking to people, if it was not this, I would not have done it. But the purpose make you see beyond yourself. It's no longer about you. It's bigger than you now. It's bigger than you. So what used to or had the power to hold you back is no longer possess that power over you. Because you are driven by something greater than yourself. Purpose. That's what did it for me. That's why when I used to be afraid to be judged, criticized, or rejected, now I don't care. Because it's not about me. It's about the purpose. Like me, don't like me, judge me, say whatever you want, I really don't care. It doesn't matter. Because it's not about me anymore. It's bigger than me. And what this does is, if you come after me, you come after the purpose. And I don't have to defend the purpose. I will not fight for the purpose or defend the purpose. Because the purpose is bigger than me, stronger than me, got me out where I could not do it myself. So I don't need to fight for the purpose. He can handle himself. This can handle himself. I'm not gonna fight for it or try to. No, he's way, way powerful than I. He's the one who pulled me out, the one who helped me come out, so he can take care of himself. I'm not gonna try to defend it. He's way powerful than me. I'm not trying to fight for it. No, he can take care of himself because it's not about me. This was what helped me overcome this trauma of low self-esteem that started from childhood. Purpose. Purpose. And when you're on purpose, that's where you will realize this a key truth, that a planted seed was not meant to remain in the darkness of the soil. And most importantly, on this topic, God did not bring you here in this world to be afraid of the light. God did not bring you here in this world to be afraid of the light, to be afraid to be seen. That does not resonate logic. It would make more sense and reasonable to be afraid of the darkness than the light. So therefore, when you're on purpose, there's no reason to be afraid to be seen or heard. Purpose can be the force to overcome low self-esteem. Now, the second is arrogant. Arrogant people are people with low self-esteem without purpose. That's what arrogant is. They have low self-esteem without purpose. Therefore, they will be talking about what they have done, what they're doing, what they want to do. They will make a lot of noise to feed the ego. The ego is a low self-esteem. To feed the ego. What they have done, they talk a lot of talking to feed the ego because the ego demands it. Sometimes they can even claim, want to do or doing something they have no idea where to start. But they will claim it just because they saw someone who's getting attention doing it or done it. So they will claim it just for the attention to feed the ego. Whatever they talk, it's all about them. That's, that's the difference between arrogant and confident. Confident people let their word, their deed speak for themselves louder, clearer than they would themselves as an individual. Arrogant people, they speak about their deeds to feed their ego. Confident people, their deeds are their credentials. They are on purpose. Confident people, they are on purpose. It's about their deeds. And when you get out of your comfort zone as low self-esteem and be led by purpose, that's where you become confident. It's not about you anymore. It's about what you do. You're doing. Your doing become your credentials. And people who work on purpose always have important place to go, important thing to do, important people to see. They're on purpose. These are people who are driven by purpose, free and embodied. Free and embodied. What if was one who was a victim of low self-esteem? Now they are free and embodied. All that used to terrify them, criticism, judgment, rejection, now it's no longer the case. Otherwise, they will be free and embodied because they are confident. And these confident people, are people sometimes who can move mountains. They are driven by purpose. Now, let's clarify the truth about our physical world at large. Now, there are some truth, some hidden truth, and some distorted truth that to reveal them, you have to understand the architect. The architect of the systems that rule the collective. The architect, in another word, the architect of evil. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to reveal the mindset of the architect of evil, who build the systems that govern the collective. And to reveal the mindset of evil, we have to start with religion. Because that's where evil and the architects are both plainly revealed for any eyes to see through the religious system. The architect of evil, the mindset of the architect of evil is, let's say, if I put a metaphor, it's like a magician on the stage. A magician on the stage perform tricks that can fool the naked eyes. And the audience will see it as magical, as a magic. But it's a trick that seems magical, entertaining, and people will pay to watch the show. A magic show, which is simply a trick. Now, it's entertaining when you don't see the formula, how it's done. It becomes fun to watch. But when the trick, the architect, the mindset of the architect is revealed, how the trick is done, when it's revealed, what was magic, entertaining, is no longer entertaining, it's no more than a trick, and no one will pay to watch. When a magic trick is revealed, how it's done, it's no longer entertaining. That's why it's crucial to reveal the mindset of the architect of evil. Thus, will understand his catastrophic, deadly show that has been done through the systems that run or rule the collective. Now, when you lift the veil of religious fallacy to see the illusion behind the hypocrisy of divinity, holiness, of righteousness, if when you lift the veil, all you see evil in its pure form. When you go beyond the veil of the trickery, when you see the magic, how it's done, what you see, righteousness, holiness, and divinity, is evil at its core. Evil at its core. Yeah. All religion, every single one of this world, who's behind it is the master magician that we call the devil, who's playing a trick, a magic show, and to make you believe what you believe to be divine, holy, and righteous is pure evil and is pure form. Even the religions that seem to be peaceful and harmless, the religion that seem to be so peaceful and harmless, that do a lot of meditation and some isolate, those religions, they can be even more destructive than the chaotic ones. Those monks who isolate in what you call the monks or the gurus or those who go in the mountain, meditate, monasteries, the monks in the monasteries, gurus lead thousands, meditation method for enlightenment, seem to be harmless and peaceful. They can be more destructive than the chaotic ones like the jihadis and the crusaders, who think their cruelties and brutality are their ticket to heavens. So those knuckleheads. These seemingly peaceful, they can be more destructive. It seems peaceful, but destructive in reality. Now, let's say, take the monks and the gurus who do a lot of sitting down all day, meditating, go to their heads, looking for enlightenment. Now, if this method of enlightenment, sitting around, go to your head, lost in your thoughts, some they do that the whole day or long hours. If this method of enlightenment was implemented for the whole collective, let's say the whole world. But we talk about enlightenment. Enlightenment, I think everybody wish if the whole world would be enlightened, that would be a bright world. Enlightenment. If this method of enlightenment was implemented for the whole world, to sit down, do nothing, go into their head, looking for enlightenment, in 6 months, the whole world will be in total darkness. 6 months. Sitting around, the whole world sit still, sitting around, go lost in their head thinking for enlightenment. In 6 months, the whole world will be in total darkness. Enlightenment turned into total darkness. A year, the whole world sitting around looking for enlightenment. A year, will not even go that far. A year, the whole humanity sit around for enlightenment going to your head. Starvation will no longer be starving, because there will be plenty valuable soul to consume. The devil will achieve his goal to annihilate the human race through these nonsense religious belief systems. You have the whole world sitting around looking for enlightenment, meditating. The whole humanity, that will be the end of human race by darkness. Looking for enlightenment, end up annihilation. See? That's the devil's trick. That's the mindset of evil. He make it sinful, make it peaceful and harmless, but more destructive. Every religion in this world, every single one and very last one of them, belong. He got them all. There's not one religion, organized religion, or whether it's a cult or any method of enlightenment that require ritual. There's not one that can enlighten human soul. Not one. All is bringing darkness. The work of the magician. That's the mindset of evil. There's not one religion in this world that can enlighten human soul. Not one. And there's not one method of enlightenment, not one method that can enlighten human soul. If you know what enlightenment is, there's not one religion that you will be part of, because they all belong to the same architect, same artist, same musician, master musician, the devil, aka Satan. He owned them all. And he got many options to choose. He got them all covered. He got them covered. He got everybody covered. If the chaotic jihadis and crusaders is not your style, it's too violent, it's too crazy, and those who sit all day in their heads, that is too boring, he got you covered. He had the holy disco religion, where you can sing, speaking in tongue, dance till your feet hurt in the name of the Lord. Where people dance till their feet hurt in the name of the Lord. Yeah. When situation, the devil will tell them. When situation, you can have fun, dance to, sing, do whatever, have a lot of fun, and die, go to heaven. This holy disco religion. That's what the devil tells them. Have fun, dance in the name of the Lord. When you die, you go to heaven. But if that is sound too good to be true, if you have functional mind and that you find that to be too good to be true, the devil got you covered. Because he can tell you, okay, I have something private, some VIP, where you can have your own private altar in your own house, in your bedroom if you want. You can worship whatever you want, call it whatever you want. Spirituality, voodoo, hoodoo, whatever you choose. And I will guide you through your journey of enlightenment. And it will come for them. So and guess what though? You can save a lot of money. It's free and you're going to save money. You will not have to waste money on these crooks, preachers, who rob people in the name of the Lord. He will tell you, he will come for you. This is better. These people, they are horrible human beings. They rob people in the name of the Lord. So just stay away from that. Even though he on the mark. Make you feel like, yeah, I'm special, I'm doing something different. He got you. Then tell you, well, you can have your own, come up with your own thing. That's where many of this philosophical darkness born. Many people get their awakening in prison when they in their cell, accompanied by the devil. Many people, and they will come up with the philosophical darkness languages, and some they even wrote their doctrine in prison. Hitler was one of them. And when they come out to the general population, that's where they're going to spread their philosophical darkness. And when it's put into work, it's a language of confusion and action of contradiction. The devil work. He got everyone covered. Enlightenment. You want to enlighten your soul. Enlightenment. Enlightenment is no more than compassion. Compassion is enlightenment. Enlightenment is compassion. A 5 years old in the playground can be qualified as a teacher. Enlightenment. A 5 years old in the playground can be qualified as a teacher of enlightenment. A 5 years old in the playground can be more enlightened than these monks who isolate themselves from these monastery monks who just live in this outside the general population, do nothing productive, just for enlightenment. A 5 years old can be enlightened and can be more enlightened than this man. A 5 years old on the playground can be more enlightened and can teach you enlightenment more than a guru that are followed by thousands, or spiritualists that people travel long distance to go to see for enlightenment. This 5 years old child in the playground can be more useful if you want to be enlightened, if you know what enlightenment is. Enlightenment is not a ritual. It's a manifestation, what you be. You don't go looking for it. You don't go looking for it. You become it. And what a 5 years old can do, and you an adult, you say you have to go travel or go for someone to teach you that, go travel to find it, look for it. You can go in a mountain, you freeze to death. You will die without being enlightened. The cold will kill you. You're not going to be enlightened. There's not one religion or ritual that can enlighten human soul. Not one. Because the devil on them all. The devil on them all. Enlightenment, you good to yourself and good to everyone else. That's what enlightenment is. Anything but that, invalid. Anything but that, invalid. Enlightenment is clarity. Enlightenment brings a clarity. Our enlightened soul is a free soul. Even if a prisoner in prison is enlightened, that individual is no longer prison in the mind. It's free. And through that clarity, that can lead to physical freedom. That's the purpose of enlightenment. To be free physically and mentally, body, soul, and spirit. That's what the purpose of enlightenment. You see, if prisoners in prison were enlightened, they will have the might to dismantle the entire prison system if they were enlightened. Because what enlightenment does, it brings you clarity to see reality as it is. And when you see reality as it is, now let's say prisoners, what they have in common? Three things. Three things all prisoners they have in common. The one first, freedom taken away. That's one thing they all have in common. They're no longer free. They can go whatever they want, talk whoever they want to talk to, eat whatever they want to eat, go to bed, wake up whatever they want. Now that's taken away from them. That freedom is no longer theirs. It's the head of the system. They will be told what to eat. They will give them what to eat, tell when to go to bed, and will get up and return. Those privilege is gone. That's what prison is. Physical prison. They are locked up. They have that in common. Prisoners. One. Second is where you have to look over your shoulder, because your life can be snatched for in a second, can be taken away in a second, for no reason, for no justification. No, they don't need one, because you are in prison. That's a lifestyle. When you are constantly looking out of your shoulder for your life, because someone can just snatch it anytime. Prison life, yeah? You have no freedom. Your life is in danger any given second. One thing all prisoners have in common. Second thing, when you have to look over your shoulder. And that alone, that's what prison is. When you have to watch out for your life, because someone can just take it away anytime. They don't need the reason for it, because you are in prison. Now, the third one, the most important one, they all have in common. They want back their freedom. They all want to be free. If you were asked prison to grant them one wish, every one of them will say freedom. Freedom, freedom. That they have in common. Three things. Now, if they were enlightened to see that commonality, the third one, freedom, because that's what they all want. They all want one thing, free. One thing in common. If they were enlightened, that commonality will able to bring them together on a common purpose, because they all want the same thing. That's what enlightenment does. Bring commonality. You want freedom, I want freedom, you want freedom, so let's join and find freedom. Or how to think to find freedom. Commonality. Just then, if they will work on that commonality, that one thing that they all want, freedom, they can turn prison that meant for punishment. They can turn prison into a school of freedom. Ideas of freedom. Instead of prison for punishment, place for ideas of freedom. School of freedom. Because they all want that. Instead of the division, fighting each other, killing each other. They get together. Since we all want this, regardless our differences or how we got here, we have one thing in common that we all want. Let's work on that. To work on that. That seems a long shot, but it's just an idea. If that was a reality. If prisoners could do that, they will possess the force to dismantle the entire prison system. Because prison will no longer be a place of punishment, but a place of ideas of freedom. And just then, the demonic system that created the situation of criminality will have to find another way to commercialize souls as commodity. The system at large will have to find another way. When prisoners turn prison into a school of freedom, where when you come, the first thing you do is to get to work how to get out of here. In motion, instead of defending yourself, fighting over cafeteria or fighting over even freaking candy bars. Now you can be killed for it. But enlightened to see what matters and to work on it. Prisoners will have the might to dismantle entire prison system. Enlightened. But when you're a knucklehead, even a soap you can be killed for it. Toothpaste you can be killed for it. Because you are in prison, in darkness. And that goes the same with the collective at large. We talk about peace, 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 peace. Seriously. Peace. The way it is. It's no more than a hypocrisy. I want peace, but I don't want them to have peace. They deserve peace, but they don't deserve peace. But if the collective have mindset of seeking peace for all, not for some, for all, peace for all, this commonality, this common purpose, peace for all, would be achieved in no time. Because peace is a whole. Whenever you cut any piece of it, it's no longer whole. A metaphor, let's say a tire. It's round, yeah? You can just roll it. A tire roll, yeah? You cut this one, you cut, the tire will no longer be able. Even the tire don't have no air. You're gonna have trouble, let alone you cut piece of it. Because other they don't deserve to. That's why humankind will never ever achieve peace. Peace is for sale or earn, or one can be screwed. But genuinely, enlightened understand that peace is for all. Because peace belongs to all, not for some. With that mindset of enlightenment, the collective will possess a force, a mighty force that can align with a universal frequency that can turn the entire planet or entire cosmos, if you will, for the benefits or for the highest good of the collective. It's a mindset. It's a frequency. It's energy. It's an energy. It's not ideas. But it's the energy. You have to possess the frequency. You want it for yourself, you want it for somebody else. But you want it for yourself, and you're saying that one doesn't deserve it. You're not manifesting without the frequency. If what you possess, what you manifest. If you possess peace, it's peace you project. It's peace you project. When the light shines, it just shines. When the sun comes out, it just comes out. Because it's bright. The sun cannot point finger shine on this one, not that one, not. The sun cannot do that. It was not designed to do that. It come out, shine with everybody. That's what makes it powerful. Now, whoever doesn't want the sun, you can go to do whatever you want. But the sun, well, is right there. Enlightenment, right. Discriminate. Who earns it or who deserves it, who doesn't, or do not, doesn't deserve it. You just be. Just be. The sun doesn't care who you are, what you live, how much you have in your bank account, what is your color, and what is where you live, and all this nonsense. That all this hypocrite used to, we want peace, call for peace, but they want to select. They want to commercialize it. They want to select. They want to select who owns it and what they have to do to get it and what they selected. That's why peace can never ever be achieved in the land of this earth unless humankind get their head right to be enlightened to know peace is not to be sold, it's not to be commercialized, it's for all. Peace is for all. If you exclude one, that one does not deserve it, you just contaminate the whole process. Just one person. You think this person does not deserve it? Go ahead. If I were using metaphor, that one would be like a nail in your tire. Mess it up. You think I don't deserve it? Yeah, he's gonna be the poison of it. Yeah. You want it to work? You have to be genuine. Don't screw. Everybody, you want to do that? You get your piece. But selecting who earns it, who deserves it, and how much they have to pay to get it. That's hypocrisy. Doesn't work like that.